But this person did something that kind of irritated me a little bit because I have 2-day shipping. And they sent me a message later that day, hey, when are you going to ship this thing? I don't see tracking. Could you at least upload tracking today? And I'm like, hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, thanks for joining us. I have one topic I really want to talk about, but before I talk about that, or before I even tell you what that is, let me just say this. I usually do 2-day shipping. I don't know if you do 2-day shipping and handling, or 3 or 5 or 1. I used to do 1 for a long time. I did 1 day. And then I decided to change it just because I've got so much going on. I don't want to disappoint people and whatever. But people really expect shipping to be very quick, even if you put 2-day shipping or 3-day shipping. You'll know this if you do, because sometimes I'll send you a message and say, hey, when are you shipping this thing out? I always feel like saying, well, it says I have 3-day shipping, so I'll ship it out, but I don't. I'm just like, well, I'm going to ship it out tomorrow. Makes them feel better. And so I have a few items that don't have to be shipped out today, but it's getting closer to Christmas, so I'm going to ship them out today, and then I'm going to ship some out tomorrow as well. So if you see me change my shirt in about 8 minutes, it means it's tomorrow, not today. But the other thing I want to talk about, and we're going to talk about it in just a little bit when this item, I think maybe in the eBay cave, and so, no, maybe I have it out here. I don't remember. At some point in this video is drop shipping. And it's a topic for eBayers, especially new eBayers. They get a little nervous about this stuff. I love it. This is something I love. Some people are like, I'm not going to sell to these type of people, whatever. I'm like, hey, bring it on. If it's an extra sale, it's an extra sale. I'll take it for sure. But I want to talk about that in a little bit. Let's take a look at these sales. Look at how versatile the number 7 box is. And that's the shoe box right there. When I ship early in the day, that sun shines in on my shirt and not my face, or my face and not my clothes, and on the background, and it just makes it really look kind of wonky. I got to ship a little early today because I'm taking Blue Ridge Mama out on a date. Commonwealth Grammy's going to be here in just a little bit. All right, but I did sell a record, and it was one that wasn't in great shape, and I'm like, I'm going to have to undercut the market severely to get this thing sold. And definitely with records sometimes, people collect the records not to play them, but because they like the artwork. And this is the Best of ZZ Top. And, if you frame this thing look good, you don't even need the record, but the record's got some damage on it. It's not awful, but it definitely has some. And so I could have got like 14, 15 bucks for this. It was in much better condition. But I ended up selling it for $7 plus shipping because it just was in poor condition. If you were watching the show a couple days back, a viewer named Bob sent us a package, and the kids picked through it and just loved some of the stuff. Turner wears the hat that was in there all the time. And he said, y'all do whatever you want with it. And then so what they didn't want, I ended up listing. And then I lost the video and didn't even get to say thanks to Bob. So Bob, this is another thank you. He sent us a bunch of stuff. This is a Star Wars X-Wing fighter ornament. And it sold for $17 plus shipping. So, talk about no cost of goods. I feel bad, Bob. I'll tell you what, Bob, if you're out there listening, if you have a charity that you would like us to donate to for your generosity to us, let me know. And then we'll attach it to one of our 12 Days of Christmas auctions. So just tell us. You can either send me an email or put it in the comments. So thank you so much. This is pretty cool, by the way. Dagobah. So it's like, remember how he was there with Yoda, and there's all that, he's in the swamp. Well, it's got all that like seaweed and stuff all over the X-Wing fighter. So it's pretty cool. There I go cheating again. This one's the gray hat. And we haven't sold too many of the gray camo hats. It's because I've actually put the price up on them at $32 instead of $30 like the other one. Because there was a little bit better track records of solds of the gray ones. I like that. I might keep that for myself. I think there's like 6 of them in there still. There's still a bunch. We still got all kinds of stuff in this tub. There's all kinds of them in there still. So that one sold for $32, free shipping. We go from brand new to kind of dingy and old, but still awesome. This is some vintage goodness. I can't remember the name of this sale, but we just cleaned up at this sale. And I even left some stuff behind that I shouldn't. This is a Dale Earnhardt bathroom rug in the shape of his car. I'll try and put a picture of it up here so y'all get a good look at it. We've sold this. I think we had one return on one of these. We had 2 of them. So this will be the third time we've sold it. Not this one. There was 2, so 1 return. And this one sold for $42, I think, plus shipping for this little rug, and I paid $3. Have a viewer sale today. I think we probably have a few on the next batch, but only 1 or 2 on the last show, and have a bunch on this show coming up. So anyway, this is going out to John. A little bit of dust there. I do a little better job of cleaning in here. I'm trying to hire my oldest boy's girlfriend to do a few things. One of them would be cleaning the shed from time to time, so we'll see if she takes the job. Other thing that John bought was this awesome, that was $9 plus shipping, by the way, for those ashtrays. Thomas Jefferson, the Monticello, 1943. I think this is a high school in Richmond, Virginia, maybe? I might not have all this right. But if you didn't know, yeah, I think that's right. Senior class, Thomas at Richmond, Virginia. There you go. 1943. So you can see, you know, midst of World War II there. You can see the Patriot. Look at that. That's awesome. Interesting to look through these old yearbooks for sure. At any rate, I could look through that forever. But this one, it's got, you know, a couple little issues with it, but it sold for $11 plus shipping. Initially, when I bought it for, I think, $1, I'm like, man, that thing's going to sell well. But alas, it didn't. But I'm very happy that John got it. So I didn't check your address. I wonder if you're from Richmond or if you're just picking out a cool item. So thank you, John, for that. You know, sometimes I debate when I get video games and I buy them in lots. I think I got this one in Arizona, I think. And I debate whether or not I'm going to put them into the antique booth, which I know it's not an antique booth, but you get the point. Or if I'm going to sell them on eBay. And if someone can sell for $10 plus shipping, it's definitely going to go on eBay because they're so easy and they sell pretty darn quick. I think Blue Ridge Mama listed this one for me not long ago at all. $10 plus shipping on Nintendogs. All right, you see I'm in different clothes, so it's the next day here. But we had so many sales, I knew today was going to be crazy, so I had to knock some out yesterday. I think we did 7 or 8 yesterday and 29 today, so I'm going to have to fly through this. I might even skip over some boring things like mousetrap balls. But I do have a couple topics I want to talk about, and then some sad news that I was made aware of yesterday. That is, well, I'll tell you in just a little bit. All right, this is the first one up for today, and I decided I'd put it on a pedestal here to show you how I take pictures of these. I try to get down even. I actually take these inside in the eBay cave because I store them in there. I just brought this in here to show you. I like to take pictures like this because I like it to look different, to stand out from the other DVD VCR combos or VCRs or whatever it is. I don't do it quite like this. Sometimes I'll do it on a lower pedestal and prop this up, but try to make it look bigger. You know, if there's 10 of these out there, I want them to buy mine because mine has the AV cables, mine has the extra VHS tape, which, you know, I buy these all the time for next to nothing. And these for 50 cents. So, you know, you add $1 of cost into something and you make the sale above somebody else. This one right here went for $89 plus shipping. By the way, every time I talk about this, I want to also talk about Pete, Craigslist Hunter. That's the person I learned this from. I don't know where he learned it from or if he made it up, but adding in the VHS tapes and blank stuff like that, I learned that from Pete. Okay, if you sell this stuff, if you sell this type of stuff, VCRs and stuff like that, especially DVD VCR combos, you're well aware that if you sell them on eBay, you're often going to get drop shipped. Somebody else has bought this thing through a person who is buying it through eBay and then selling it more likely through Amazon to somebody else. So I have people, I remember seeing some comments not long back on a video that aired on Facebook. And somebody was like, you know, this guy's a fraud. Anybody who thinks they can sell a VCR for $40, but who would buy that? And I'm just like, well, that was my comp. It was my sold comp. I can only imagine what he would think if he looked at Amazon sold comps. I know it's a drop shipper for multiple reasons, but the biggest giveaway is the message they left on the purchase. They don't want me to add a packing chip. It's an Amazon drop shipper. It's somebody buying it, and it's going to pass it on to somewhere else. You know what? I don't care. It doesn't bother me. What does bother me a little bit from time to time, I don't even mind when they say, hey, this is how you should package it and whatever. I don't even care because that's just automated stuff. They don't care either. But this person did something that kind of irritated me a little bit because I have 2-day shipping. And they sent me a message later that day, hey, when are you going to ship this thing? You know, I don't see tracking. Could you at least upload tracking today? And I'm like, No, I have 2-day shipping. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm like, hey, if you're going to be a drop shipper, you have to live with the consequences of being a drop shipper. And if that works out for you, great, because I'm making sales. But if it doesn't work out for you, that's not my problem. That's your problem. All right, I told you I am moving quick today, so here we go. This one I bought at a sale. It was the same one where we got the aluminum Christmas tree. Paid $1 for it, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. Pee-wee's Playhouse #2. It was sealed, so I figured I'd pick it up. This reminds me of my childhood. I actually didn't like it at all. Sorry for you Pee-wee fans out there. And I'll try to avoid the jokes, although I just thought of a couple. But I remember my dad watching it. Sorry, Commonwealth Grandpa, if you're listening. I know you watch all of them. I remember my dad watching it. Not because he enjoyed it. I think he just watched it because he's like, what in the world? And he watched it all the time. Anyway, I'll take the sale. $1 into $15 plus shipping. Well, my dad was busy watching Pee-wee's Playhouse. My mom, I remember, read us Pilgrim's Progress when we were kids. So there you go. This one right here, great shape. Looks like it's never been read. This one, it came out of the Thomas Road Baptist Church, like, library collection that they sold. $12 plus shipping. All right, this one right here, I don't remember where this one came from, if I bought it, or maybe somebody gave it to Turner or something a while back. I don't know. He's not a huge Batman fan. He does like him a little bit. But this one, DC Comics, I feel like I bought this one. This one sold for, I don't remember. Sold for $19 plus shipping. So actually, I think I bought this one. I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me. Justice Buster. Batman 0 year. 19 plus shipping. All right, you know I like when in doubt, part it out. But this is an item, I've been parting it out for, man, almost 20 years. And some of them are just terrific. And some of them don't make a bunch of money. But if I see a box of Little People, especially the wooden ones or themed ones, I pick them up. And you can make, I mean, I've picked up boxes for $5 and made hundreds of them. This one, I think, look, there's a lot of people, a lot of viewers that bought stuff today. And then there are some, I think, that are viewers that didn't leave messages. And so if you don't leave a message on the actual purchase, it says, you know, tell the buyer or whatever, or tell the seller or something when you buy it. Not after you buy it and then leave a message in the system, then I probably am not going to get to it. So, but I think this was a viewer, Laura. I don't know if you can see this. This one went for like $12.50 plus shipping. But if you can see this through the glare, it looks like the nest that Big Bird sat in was like gnawed on, I think. And so because of that, I discounted it. But if that thing was in great shape with Big Bird in it, just these two would sell for $12.50 plus shipping. But, you know, it's got the postal box, and it doesn't have everything. Fire hydrant, little TV set, chair, Ernie. So not too bad, $12.50 plus shipping. Sometimes as a reseller, you get home and you're surprised in a bad way with things that, you know, are broken or don't work. And sometimes you're surprised in a good way. And that was the case here. There's a bunch of games. I've sold some of them off. GameCube games in the bottom of a Wii box. And I didn't know it. I just saw the manuals. And inside each manual was the actual game itself. There's no case or anything. But, I mean, it was a couple $100 worth of games when it was all said and done. An Amazing Island here sold for $40. So, bonus for sure. All right, here's the sad news. So if you've been around this channel for a while, you know I always talk about partnering with people that have names. You know, people that do things, they're not part of a big corporation or whatever. You know, they're doing what I'm doing, right? Trying to make a living without having to be tied down to something. And so I try to do that whenever I can. And I've got a few announcements that are exciting in that direction coming up. But I got some bad news yesterday. I got a phone call. And I want to tell this story. I don't want it to go by, even though most of you aren't aware of it. I'm going to tell the story a little bit about the man who did our merch. And I've said it before a little bit, and he's so impressive, and I so enjoyed communicating with him and working with him that I suggested him. I referred him out to a lot of other people I know and YouTube creators and other folks as well that I know locally. And I know he had just started working with a few more people. And so you may not even know this if you're a creator that I've referred this name to. And you may have already started working with him. And if that's the case, I'm telling you something you don't know. I tried to reach out to a bunch of folks. But at any rate, to make a long story short here, I got a phone call from, his name is Paul Paul or Michael, depending on how you want to do it. And I've been working with him for a while here. All of our merch past this first mug we did, that very first mug we did, he did not do. All the other mugs he did. Every single one. He did all this other stuff as well. He did all of the t-shirt designs, every one we've ever had. He made them for us. He did our ornaments. Where are they at? I think I put them over here. He did our ornaments. He did everything. And it was even more than that, you know. And so this is a sad loss for us, but this is devastating to his family. He had a sudden heart attack, and he passed. It was not expected at all. And I got a call from his granddaughter, if you're listening here, yesterday. And I appreciate that phone call. It took a lot of, you know, courage and just kindness, really, to look up the people that he was working with. Because I'm sure your grandmother would, you know, is not in a state to do that. So I'm very impressed by that. And to call them, to email them, and to message them and tell them what happened so that they're not expecting things and whatever. So that was extremely impressive to me. And I want to pass on our condolences, but I also want to tell a little story. If you go back a long time, he sent us, I don't know which mug he sent us, I can't remember, but he sent us a mug. He sent us a few things. He sent us ornaments. He did different things because he was a viewer of the show. And I'm like, hey, would you be interested? He's like, yeah, absolutely. And he started doing this stuff for us. And it was very, very kind. But he did more than that. You know, I fulfill this merch with Reagan. It is a big undertaking to do your own merch. I don't know very many people on YouTube, at least in this niche, I guess you want to call it, who fulfill their own merch. And I do it because I think it's a great lesson for Reagan, and she likes it, and she's making money on it. But it is really, really hard to fulfill your own merch. If you're a creator out there, you know what I'm talking about. I can tell you the time we put into it takes a lot away from listing and other things like that. But it's personal, and if people are going to spend $20 or whatever on a t-shirt, I feel like it, you know, it has a personal touch and it means a little bit more. So what he did for us was not only create our merch, but he controlled the back end in the inventory. So he looked at our inventory, and when it got low, I didn't have to talk to him. He made it, he sent it, he updated the shop online to show the correct inventory and whatever was low. And so we almost never run out of inventory, and it's amazing. And so we're going to do a couple things here. One of them, I don't know what we're going to do long term, but just short term, since he did these ornaments, and you've seen these, if you've seen, I know Lonnie has them. We sent them over to him. My guy, talking about Lonnie, his guy, right? Made them and sent them over to him and to Matt, Part-Time Pickers, and I know John has some too. And really, really kind. At any rate, we're going to take everyone that sells from here on out, and we're going to donate all the proceeds to his family to help with costs and whatnot. So if you're interested in doing that, feel free to go on the commonwealthpicker.com and purchase one of those. I don't know how many we have left. And there may be delays in shirts and mugs. We're going to have to find somebody else to take care of that. I'm not concerned about it right now, obviously. But in case you're seeing things that are running out of stock or something, that's why. I know there's a few creators out there that used him, and I know Troy, he did as well, Mountain Man Treasure. So at any rate, if any of you out there, any creators out there have any questions, feel free to send me a message. So Peter Green, this record right here wasn't too bad. And I don't know, I like when the plastic's around it, it's usually in better shape, even if the plastic's not in great shape. So for $10 plus shipping. So another Callaway hat. It seems like we sell one a day, right? This one's navy camo. Awesome. As they dwindle down, I'm thinking, which ones do I want? I kept the American flag looking one, and I feel like I like the gray one too. This one is from a viewer, a couple of viewers actually, Jerry and Gail. Hi, Kevin and family. Hope you guys are having a wonderful season. Your channels bring so much information and entertainment to so many people, but you already know that. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. My wife and I enjoy all your content. Both of our Inaman look out over our eBay spaces, keeping things moving. Needed a Christmas present for his elderly but still golfing dad, you know. Awesome. That's it. Right? What's the movie? You got to get busy living or get busy dying. Is that Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman? Do I have that right? Somebody's going to correct me if I have it wrong. At any rate, that's awesome. This one's headed your way. Thanks so much. All right, I got to keep the heater on, y'all. It's freezing here tonight. I forgot to turn it on this morning and got in here. I'm like, oh, And then we only had a little while to get it heated up, and then I turn it off when I do the videos. But people ask me how we heat it, so let me show you. This is it right here. We just heat it with that thing right there. And I turned it up to 81. Normally we just keep it at like 66. And then when that warms it up enough, and then I do the show, and then we turn it back on. But that's how we do it. Everything here is insulated, so there's insulation behind everything. So it keeps it warm enough. You know, the floor is probably the biggest problem for heat. But, you know, it works. All right, this is Justin bought these from San Angelo, Texas. So thank you very much, Justin. We appreciate it. 4 of them. 59 bucks, something like that. It's somewhere around there. I can't remember. But I estimated about $49 profit on it. Brings us to $1,831 for the mother load. And we are getting a little low now on games for sure. So I guess we're going to have to get those handhelds out. Should have done them before Christmas for Christmas gifts, but we just couldn't get to it. Too much going on. Next 2 are also going to a viewer, Christina. So we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 different viewer sales out of 30, what did I say, 36 sales? This one's going to Christina. I will buy, oh, this is right, I forgot. You'll have to see. Here's her message. I will buy this video in all caps. You'll see what it means in a second. Thank you, and hope you and your family have a safe holiday season from Christina. All right, I'm going to show you that one in a minute, but this one's probably the first ever I've had that was a gift from a viewer, and we listed it. They told us we could, so don't feel bad here. And this one is going to a viewer as well. Quite a business model, I gotta say. Free merch from people to sell to people. We should all work that well, right? All right, where the heck is it? Let's see if I can find it. It's those patches, if you remember those patches coming in the other day. I've loaded this up with so much stuff lately that I might not be able to find it. What did I do with it? All right, I'm gonna turn off the camera and find it for you. All right, look, I found it in Froggy's drawer. It was buried. But I left myself a note so I wouldn't mess this up, and it was actually from Bob. So Bob, thank you very much. That's the one we opened it, and I didn't have the video when I went to edit it. So Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi, what else? Pepsi, and wait for it, 7-Up. There you go, $20 for that, Bob. So thank you so much. We'll pass that on since it was a gift from you. I'm not sure what we'll do with it, but the kids have been talking about what extra they're going to do for Christmas for one of their charities. So we'll do that for sure. So thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. And it's headed your way with this next, not Bob. Well, thank you, Bob, for this. And thank you, is it Christina, for buying it. Okay, this next one's going to Christina too. And I bought this one kind of as a joke. I got to be honest with you. All right, I couldn't find it. I thought it was back with a VHS, but it's not. It's Animaniacs, which they have quite a following, of course. But I had to buy this at the Goodwill. It's 50-cent VHS, and it's when I saw it, you will buy this. I put this out as a short on the Commonwealth Auctions channel, and on Instagram, and on TikTok. And I just thought it was funny. So we're not going to make much money on this, but we sold for $10, free ship. So thanks so much, appreciate it. By the way, now that I'm over here, don't forget about our auctions that we're running all through December. For the 12 days of Christmas, doing 50-50 auctions. This one's up. This one may be ending. Matt signed part-time picker hat, Titleist hat that I signed. That's going to go off for a charity. It's Katie Reed's charity up there, the one she works for, Humane Society up there. And you can go check that one out. We've got some other stuff going out. This is an old one. I haven't posted this one. I might do this soon. We might do this one right here for Paul and his family. This was an old picture that I dug up that Reagan had created. We might run that one too, and give that away. So much generosity towards us. We're trying to give a little bit back as well. So we run them as 50-50 auctions because we put a lot of I bought this from Matt. He sent me extras, so don't think that he wouldn't give it to me. He did. These are all out, by the way, and I think he sold out for those. Pretty sure. All right, I better get to it here. A Delight. There it is. I don't know, some funky cassettes seem to sell pretty well. So whenever I see a funky cassette, I'll pick it up. I remember getting this one in a huge lot of cassettes that I paid $10 for. And so this one right here sold for $11. So not quite making our money back, but getting close on one cassette. I don't even know who they are, so you'll have to tell me. Next one is one of the 7 going out to viewers again. Yamaha Soprano Recorder. And this one's been hanging around the store for quite a while, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. These aren't great sellers, but It had a case and it was like $1. I'm like, all right, we'll buy it. What the heck? Took a while to sell. This one is going to, let's see if I can remember this. Let's see. I remember getting Gray Hair Discoveries. That's the eBay store, I think. You guys have been very kind to us. So Dawn and Dean, thank you so much. Very kind message as well. She said that both her and her husband used these as a young kid. Let me tell you, Reagan does and Turner does. I wish I could, maybe I ought to take theirs and sell them. They might not know where they went. They can get a little little annoying. Am I allowed to say that? Oh, come on. Y'all been parents out there. It's just break that recorder. I played the saxophone for like, I don't know. I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it. I liked the idea of it. It's just I had no talent at it. So I had to work really hard to be bad. And I was like, if I'm going to work hard, I'd rather do something I'm good at. She says that she was had an inclination towards it and went towards the clarinet, but Dean, not so much. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Next one came from a Whatnot auction. Came from Carrie over at American Arbitrage. We've already made our money back on that. And so this is pure profit. $20 for that belt buckle plus shipping. Turner tells me there's some feuding going on between cats upstairs, so I decided to go get my favorite so they didn't keep fighting, huh? It's No Name, isn't it? No Name's being the boss, and you don't like it. All right, hey, this one I thought would be a quick seller, and it took forever to sell. I mean, who wouldn't want eggplant salt and pepper shakers from the Highway 127 sale? I mean, who wouldn't want those? $14.95 plus shipping is what they sold for, and I think they went to a viewer as well. Look at that, Pepper. We're down to one number 7 box. They better deliver them quick, huh? Actually, it doesn't look like it's to a viewer at all. So, unless you are a viewer and didn't leave a message. So I'm happy those are finally gone. $1 into 15 for those is a good little profit. I don't mind picking up kind of unique salt and pepper shakers. They tend to do okay for me. This must be what confused me. This one came from the Epic Garage Sale because this one is to a viewer. I thought this one, oh, Pepper's going to help me here. Z28 Camaro keychain right there. And this one went to a viewer. Went to Mike, U.S. Coast Guard retired. Thank you for your service. Fellow seller and viewer from Leesburg, Virginia here. Awesome. I bought this for my 23-year-old son for his 2002 Camaro Z28. Keep up the good work. So that is awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for your service, and we hope your son enjoys it. Our next one's got a cool story. We bought a bunch of Tech Deck stuff the same day we bought that all those Dukes of Hazzard die casts in the package. If you remember that sale, I don't remember the name of it, but this didn't come from that sale. It came from a different sale. This Tech Deck came from a different one. And this video did pretty well for us on YouTube, but this is the one that just went nuts on Facebook. Like, last time I looked, it was like 2.6 million views. And some guy just absolutely was just blasting me about that particular video. And the prices that he's like, you can't get the prices you're showing. I'm like, well, these are my sold comps, most of them. This one wasn't, though. But it still sold $24 plus shipping. This little tiny Tech Deck. I paid $1 for it. So, not a bad little sale. All right, Turner's got a few sales out of the Homeschool Hustler store and a little announcement, and your hair's messy, so Mama's mad again. I forgot to put a hat on. That's all right. She'll forgive us. Maybe she won't watch this video. Turner, some folks are buying stuff out of your store. I think 2 of these are from viewers. And so I decided, since we're trying to get this store cleaned out here, that we would, if you ask for one in the message, not the messages, but the message system, we're going to give them a sticker too. What do you think? Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Hopefully get that way we don't have to relist them in the other store. All right, this one right here. Who are these right here? Who's this? Dora. Dora. You got it. And this went to a viewer, and she left a message. She's buying it for a little girl who has a rare disorder called DUP15Q. I think I have that right. And that's very, very kind. She says the child is well loved on the van that she drives. So that's nice, huh? Isn't it? And I don't remember what they sold for. They were $12.95 plus shipping. So that's very, very sweet of her. And hopefully that little girl enjoys it. And maybe we'll do one of our 12 Days of Christmas auctions and we'll donate to that charity too. What do you think? All right. These are going out to Kristen. And Kristen's the one who makes our mugs. And I am actually going to send her a few stickers so she can make 1 or 2 more. Who's your favorite here? Fillmore and Sarge, or Buzz and Woody, or Mike and Sully?
Sarge.
Definitely. Actually, Turner, you don't know anything about the 1960s, 70s. But let me tell you, if you did, and you will soon, the connection between those two is awesome. The MP and the VW. Can't we all just get along? I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of that movie. Just love it. So, at any rate, and oh well, what do you got? I've got Mel, right? Yeah. It's Mel.
Mel.
So you got a bunch of stuff. Will you tell Kristen thank you?
Thank you,
and
Kristen.
tell Joni thank you.
Thank you, Joni.
All right, definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Haven't sold a manual in a while. Usually it's Hanes. During the pandemic, boy, we're selling the heck out of these things like crazy. I'd buy them all over the place. As long as they're like $1 or cheaper, it didn't almost matter what they were. So many people were home working on cars. I thought with the cost of everything, used cars going up, I thought they'd keep selling. This is the first time I sold one in a while. So 67 to 84 Chevys and GMCs. Well, anyway, I don't know what I paid. It was a bundle. Let's say $1. Sold for $7 plus shipping. And an Animan headed out with all the stickers and stuff included in our auctions. And this one is going out to Jenna. Is it Jenna? Jana? Should I know this? Jeana? I should probably know this. All right. Hello from the world's ham capital. Where's the ham capital? I got to look at the address, but I haven't looked at it. So you're going to tell me in the comments where the ham capital is. Long time subscribe. Is that a better way of saying pig capital? Ham capital? Because nobody wants to be the pig. I don't know. I better shut up. Long time subscriber to your channel. So happy I finally won an Animan. That is awesome. Hobby and Home Shop. The name of your store there. So hey, thank y'all very much, and we hope he gets things moving for you. All right, y'all. Ring's got some sales out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store. What you got?
That Lindy, Paul, and then
the Lindsay and Charon, except for it's spelled Cherin. So is that Charon or Sharon? What do you think?
I don't know.
Blue Ridge Mama says she's in here working. We're in here filming. So, anyway, got a bunch of sales, bunch of different shirts and whatnot. So, all right, good job.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, some of y'all remember, not too long ago, I said Pepper's about ready to become famous. And she is about ready to become famous. She's like, yeah, I'm becoming famous, but I'm not doing it on your schedule. All right, we have an announcement, and I'm excited about this, y'all. Look at, even Boots is here, and that doesn't happen very often.
Wait.
We have a partnership here with somebody. You know, I love to do this stuff. I absolutely... The cats are running wild, y'all. Which is appropriate. We love to work with people that own their own businesses, private folks. And these people right here, Tracy and Jeff from Raleigh, North Carolina, they have their own company. Y'all, I was lucky enough to go down there and meet them. I'm going to tell this whole story coming up on a few future episodes, a little bit at a time. And it was just an amazing connection that we had. And I was able to go yard selling down there. I left y'all at home. And they said, hey, why don't you come on over to our retail outlet and go ahead and get some coffee from us. And I said, absolutely. They're viewers of the program. And look what they did. Look at this. Y'all see that, Turner? Mm-hmm. Look, that's Pepper. And look, it's even got Pepper's cut off ear right there. A little tipped ear. So if you don't know much about us, we've saved all, well, I haven't. It's Blue Ridge Mama and Reagan that have saved all these kitties. Huh. Picked them up on the side of the road, found them in the backyard, all kinds of stuff.
They keep coming back.
No more. No more. But let me tell you, we partnered with them, and they wanted to do a blend with us. And I said, I've got 3 conditions. I wanted to make sure that we had a traveling mug, because everybody asks, tons of people ask all the time for these traveling mugs. See, because nobody wants to take this yard sailing with them. All of our mugs over here. Nobody wants to go to yard sales with these mugs. And everybody always asks for a travel mug. And we partner with Kristen, and she makes us mugs from time to time. We're going to still do that. And they said, all right, we'll make you a mug. And that's what they've done, and it is really cool. And they have the Commonwealth Kitty Blend, and this is on their store. And the other thing I asked for when we did this, I said, hey, I would love to donate to a local shelter. And they said, we already donate to a local shelter down here, so we'll take a portion of that money, and then we're going to do the same thing, a portion of this money, and donate it to a local shelter up here That sound like a good plan, y'all?
Yeah.
And last but not least, I said, how about the viewers get a 10% discount? And so we have a code. So if you go on there and if you want a travel mug or the coffee, it is, sorry, look, these bad cats. See, it's perfect. It's a marriage made in heaven. Bad cat. Look at them fighting back there. That's mother and daughter fighting, for goodness. It's perfect. Oh my goodness. Isn't it just perfect? Bad Cat Coffee Company. Look at that shirt too. I got one on right there too. So let me tell you, this is also, you know, when Santa Claus asks you to partner with him, you got to do it. I'm going to put a picture of Tracy and Jeff up here. And if y'all are near Raleigh, go downtown Raleigh. You can go to their coffee shop down there and they'll hook you up. So, and anyway, the code is Commonwealth. So if you get on there, don't forget to put the code. You get 10% off. So thank y'all so much. So we just want to bring everybody in here together, including the cats. Where'd they go?
I would like to say that even though Pepper is on this bag, the inaugural bag,
She's not the bad cat.
The bad cat.
Yes, she is. She's the one that knocked that thing over and broke my thing. Are you a bad cat? Huh?
Sometimes.
Are you a bad cat?
Only when you're in the shed.
She said she's not that bad.
The best.
Anyway, how cool is that logo, y'all? So they're viewers of the show. I can't wait to tell you this whole story, but we'll just post it now just in case anybody want to get it before Christmas. It'll be available. I think they can get it to you before Christmas if you order quick. So thank y'all so much, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Tracy.
Bye, and don't forget to get. Oh. Bye, and don't forget to. Oh my God. Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthfigure.com.